Funko has been on its deeming time and announcing all these crazy pops that are coming out for anime fans. But there's one problem. A good handful of them are Funko Shop exclusives. Now before I get into the pops that I want to cover today, if you guys didn't know, Funko is planning to do a one and done method when it comes to these Funko exclusive releases. What that means is pretty much as it sounds. Once it officially goes on sale and sells out, that will be it. There will be no reruns, there will be no restocks. Your only method of being able to get these exclusives would have to be through a third-party seller or a third-party site. Now this comes with a lot of good and bad things, but the most important thing to know is that if you don't get your hands on this exclusive, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money, especially depending on how people are valuing it. And that ties back into what I mentioned earlier and the reason why it's a big problem. Trying to get your hands on an exclusive from the Funko Shop is already as hard as it is, and with this method it's gonna make things a lot harder, but on the bright side it will keep the value of these collectibles on a high ceiling floor. Now with that being said, it is time to save your money because guys, we have a lot of Funko exclusives that I'm gonna be covering today. And to start off, we're gonna go with the Demon Slayer exclusives that were recently announced, starting with Shinobu, who finally got her own pop, and this pop came out amazing, to be honest. The purple looks amazing. The detail on her concentration breathing, I guess you want to say, or just her ability in general with the butterflies looks beautiful. And if I'm being honest guys, I think this is one of the best pops that Demon Slayer has ever come out with. It's like neck to neck with the Water Dragon Tanjiro and then this, so I'll definitely be trying my best to get my hands on that. And then on the other hand, we have Obanai, who was also just announced as a Funko Shop exclusive. I'm glad they were finally getting all these Hashiras molded, and I think we only have one more, which would be Tengen. But looking at the Obanai pop, it looks really good, but there's one thing that really bothers me. It's the fact that it's a horizontal pop. Now I understand why they did this. They took it from the scene that was in the Hashira meeting when he was just like that, posed on the branch. But it's kind of annoying because every other Hashira has a 4-inch pop and is standing, and then this one had to be the one that is horizontal. It just kind of throws everything off, and I personally don't really like horizontal boxes in general unless it's a pop ride. But nevertheless, they did a great job with the mold. They got his eyes correct. I love the snake being wrapped around his neck. Pretty good pop in general. Now as far as the release dates go for this, it is unknown, and that's probably going to be the case for most of these Funko exclusives. But if any of you guys have some inside information and know when it's going to be dropping, feel free to let me know down in the comments as well as the community. We would all greatly appreciate that. Now moving on to Attack on Titan, we actually had Eren from season 4 announced, but this one's kind of tricky. So there's actually two different variations of the same pose where Eren is holding out his jacket and doing that I'm him pose, and overall that came out amazing. They even got it down to detail where under his eyes it showed the after effects of Titan form. I want to say, I wouldn't know how to word that, but pretty much you guys know what I'm talking about, and I think that was a great choice. Now the other variation was just actually announced yesterday, and it is a pop and tee. Now I'm not sure why they decided to do this because it's not really canon. It's Eren doing the same exact pose, except the mold is covered in, I guess you want to say, the Titan ice form that he has. Now like I said, I really don't know why they decided to do this, but I will say the shirt does look pretty nice. But me personally, it's not something that I would go out of my way to get. I would much rather get the other version where it's actually him in human form. Now the release date for the regular one is unknown, but the pop and tee one is actually available for pre-orders on Entertainment Earth, and they will be shipping out in October 2023. Now moving on to My Hero Academia, we had two pops that were announced there. Starting off with Himiko on a beanbag. I think this pop does justice to her character. You can see her face a little banged up and scarred up from the fight that she just had. I don't remember specifically what part this was in the show. I'm pretty sure it was when they were in the office, but she's just there laid back chilling. You know, that's just Himiko in general, and I love that. This is a Funko Shop exclusive as well. But moving on to the other side, we got Shoto, my favorite character from My Hero, and this pop honestly is hands down the best Shoto variation that we've gotten. It's from one of the most iconic moments in the show, and I love that it's a glow in the dark variation. It really brings out the detail in his fire and ice ability. So I will 100% definitely be trying to get my hands on this pop as well. Now this is a Volcano X exclusive. I'm not really familiar with what this toy shop is, but nevertheless both of these pops look amazing, and they are estimated to be releasing sometime in late July. Next we got another favorite character of mine from Jujutsu Kaisen, and that is Kento. Now this one is a Funko Shop exclusive as well, and he is just standing there in a calm pose. I really like the details of the pattern that they use on his tie and weapon. It looks exactly how it's supposed to, and I love this pop. I do wish though that they added one thing to this, and that's the blue aurora that he infuses himself with when he's going into overtime. I think that would have been such an amazing detail to add to this pop. They did it for the Yuji with the black fist and made it glow in the dark. That would have been so sick to see this on a Funko Shop exclusive for Kento, or even if that was a chase variation. That would have been really amazing to see. I'm not too mad about it though. I'm just glad that we finally got a Kento pop releasing. And as far as the release date, I have no idea when that will be. But shout out to Funko for doing their thing and giving all these shows justice to these characters. Now we got two more on the list, and we're gonna start off with KCM Minato. This one was actually announced back in April and it still hasn't released, but because of that, I think it will be releasing sometime soon. But just taking a look at this pop, it looks amazing. The detail of his reanimation just showing on his face, and just the difference in color for his KCM mode compared to Naruto's KCM mode. I just think the texture looks amazing, and people are saying this is supposed to be a glow in the dark, so if it is a glow in the dark, I really can't wait to see how that glows. But yeah, this looks amazing. I'm really happy because I'm talking about a lot of my favorite characters. I've been saying this over and over again, but it is what it is. Like, Minato is my favorite character from Naruto, and I'm pretty sure he's a fan favorite across the board. So seeing this pop has probably made thousands of fans as happy as I am right now, so definitely can't wait to get my hands on that. And y'all know I had to save the best for last. We finally got Yamato announced from One Piece, and we actually have two variations coming with her. We have a common and a chase. The common version is just her standing with her hands out, unmasked, looking as beautiful as ever. And then for the chase version, we have her wearing that mask with her coat on. Like, this is what I mean by Funko paying attention to details. Now, without spoiling it too much, if you're a One Piece fan, you will be paying attention to this, right? You know that when the mask is off, she is sleeveless, right? We got a lot going on there. And when she's wearing the mask, she still had her coat on and she was still chained up, and Funko did a great job at displaying that. So both of these pops look amazing, and if I'm being honest, I think I have to own both of these because this is what I'm looking for in difference between a common and a chase. Like, they did a great job in making sure that this chase was a lot different than the common. There's not a lot of similarities going on there, and I love that. So shout out to Funko. You did a great job with Yamato and a whole bunch of these exclusives that I just spoke about. Now that's all that I have for today's video. Funko has announced a lot more anime pops that I didn't get a chance to cover in this one, but like I said, save up your money because this summer is looking crazy. From San Diego Comic-Con around the corner to New York Comic-Con in the fall, and that gap being filled with all of these exclusives that I just spoke about, yeah, we're on our way to being broke pretty much. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me so you don't miss out on the next one. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite from today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.